we not for do away with Bondo, because that is what brings us together as women. It's our identity, but we cannot continue with the scar. Most time when it comes to the discussion of FGM, people when they say it's a tradition, it's a culture, how would they pull the violent aspect from the Bondo culture and maintain the Bondo as an institution we're so powerful for empower women?
Okay. So you happen to be the facilitator for the training we just happen on FGM and the Bondo itself. People then go want to know waiting at the main message where you go want for give out to people them.
Yeah, normally as long as we dey deal with a new target people, na me self they come for facilitate. This na because most times people don't go with the wrong impression about the work of they do. And when anything go wrong, na me na the first person where they target. You know, you get a lot of people who don't say they don't understand what they do, but then they say things them. And the issue about information, before you they correct them, it go don't go far. So when me self come, if somebody go talk now, you where they did at the training go say no. Now this na be the information. So now it make, because we get students in today, and students, the most of them all the time now young people, and we know the role of young people in making change, especially in this digital world. So I say, let's have young people. We want for begin waiting we call campus dialogue. And if we want for begin campus dialogue, in universities in Freetown and other parts of the country, we need to get what you call university ambassadors. So the one day where we can train today, then they serve as university ambassadors for we next step for going to the university on campus dialogue. And we can do 3 different topics today. The first one are violence and culture. The second one are understanding FGM. And then the third one are the alternative rite of passage. And the reason for this 3 topic is because one, we want let people understand within a violence and within a culture. Because most time when it comes to the discussion of FGM, people when they say it's a tradition, it's a culture. So now I make we take through for look at violence. And then we take through for look at culture. And very clearly, the participants then begin to say, no. In fact, when you ask them, they say the thing fall between the 2 things because one, you get a violence aspect of them. 2, you get the training aspect of them. So we on focus now is how would they pull the violence aspect from the Bondo culture and maintain the Bondo as an institution we're so powerful for empower women. And after that, now we come back for look at the alternative rights. When I lead way to the empowering of women traditionally. Yeah. So everybody where they are today, be able to understand, say, you they separate the 2.
Right. Okay. So we get a lot of students them now there in student campuses there and not just few them able for attend the workshop itself. How on a plan for work with the students and we can the workshop so then go able for disseminate the messages.
Yeah,
na the
because
other
of
to
because of
company.
how we want to work with them, and because we want to work with them, now I make at the end of the training, we ask them for waiting then things say then go do where they left here. And you see they outline a whole lot of activities.
Right.
Activities where it be say it go attract them, colleague them, and activities where go attract communities. And one key thing where they put is then talk about social media and media in general. And they also talk about engagement in the campuses. We're not being actually tell them, say, one begin campus dialogue, but it come out clearly from their own list of activities where they want to do. And they also talk about working with government. So now make I go further for ask them which government and which arm of the government. And so they're very clear. Everybody come on our constituencies. First for engage the MPs them. And the reason for engage the MPs is very simple. These MPs, as they come up from them, say, now then they make laws. And then think say, we forget a law for ban this practice, not just for picking them. Unfortunately, we have a ECOWAS court ruling where we a forum against harmful traditional practices and purposeful and Khadija, the survivor, where we take government to ECOWAS because government they feel for protect women and girls. And the ruling come in favor of we as a coalition and the partners, the way we all take the action. So now we get a responsibility for let people understand, say, we are rights for say for protect women and girls, not to picking the normal for protect from the practice of FGM. And from waiting everybody see and understand today, they know say we also right. So waiting where they look at now, make them help as students, as young people, how would they push forward with this awareness raising? Because the excuse always is, oh, the electorate, they're not ready. The electorate, they're not ready. So if them begin say the electorate, they go engage them, say, hey, honorable, now me constituency ide. What thing happen with this act? It go to you. We want for no. Explain to we. And then I make a give example of young politicians then I put lock up. You know, now people can say politics na dirty game. I can say no. Now the one the way they practice now they bring dirty, but politics itself as a game, not a dirty game. It depends on you where come into ram, how you behave, how you see them, the hypocrisy, the thing where you know say you know want for you picking, you always they push them. And this issue of FGM, you they say is still rampant because now poor people engage in them. And then they encourage the poor people because they don't want for let poor people understand and begin ask questions. But if the poor people understand and begin ask questions, then fear is the power. Then they use that for power. And so therefore, we want to let people understand and ask questions. If you become safe, but you go through education, bring this money where you say they can't build Bondo Bush for we, let we pay for we picking them, let them go to school. I believe say if every politician where they sponsor this practice, take in money and go now in constituency and say, oh, this PHU don't they, we see say we not get medicine. We don't go buy medicine, we bring them. The people will dance for you. Then go say this level vote them back because the health paramount. If they insist say you come, you say, no, this sweep, West School lock, I don't buy 700 books for 700 pikide. I put book in there. I put mathematical sets and uniforms. Anytime you call them people and they say, I want position, they will give it to you. Because already you don't make them also understand, say, education important and the health na priority. Or you say, because people and they drink dirty water na my constituency, let use this money, dig water well them back. This is what we expect MPs to do. But for let them go begin, they say with people, then where they don't pass a lot of acts the way they not even they consult their constituent. So when the students say we need for engage them, I think that is also right.
Okay, so the fight against FGM for FAP and other forums, then it is always about removing the cutting part of the Bondo itself. Wetin don be the bottleneck for make sure say this come to light? Because the advocacy don dey go on for a very long time, and I go wan for say politicians they know wetin are the problem.
Ignorance from the side of the women. You know, Sierra Leone still get high illiteracy rate among women. And so the woman them, because then now inside Bondo Bush we they get that kind of just like the man, na day when they meet for interact, na day you they get fun. So then they make them they feel say if una can't make them why na una tradition then they can't spoil. But when the woman then go understand, say no. For instance, we were in Kenema. Kenema, they mean they say nobody no get mine can do this work. We engage the women and then we go inside the Bondo Bush. We begin to talk heart to heart. And then we are like, not true, not true, not true, not true. So when you talk, we go corner, we had an engagement inside Bondo Bush because when we they talk to so with it, that's how we they do. You they get frank and open discussion. You they understand, say, they are also victims. They've been used. They've been used by the same politician. And any society where you see it influenced by politics and politicians, then they destroy them. Now that's not happen to Bondo culture.
Yes, you also talk about the destruction of the
Now that's
principles
not happen
of the,
to Bondo culture.
how you think so we will retract down the
well now make we you see we they work this way. Now make we want everybody understands it. We dey look for ways of upholding the Bondo culture. We already don't get them by introducing the bloodless rites.
Okay.
Yeah, we already don't get them. So all we need for do is how do we scale up so more and more people will understand what this bloodless rite is. And now organizations are working towards that. But the problem here remains, the organization they don't take them, but they're not able even for come for understand waiting now the direction where we for go.
Okay.
And if you do that again, we will end up for miss. We don't look at this before we do them, before we practice them. It took us years for engage, for train, and we really know where to be one for address at the end of the day.
Okay.
And when we go, we do the engagement, it they come out. We've started in Kenema. Then tell we when we they ask, we want to have signs on how we they confirm membership. We already don't get the sign from Kenema women.
Okay.
And so we are going to take that. We will go back to Kenema, sit in that Bondo bush again. Let's see. And when will they go there back? Will they bring others so with them? Let's
From
see.
other
districts, other parts of the country. So then self they can't see.
So the sign will be uniform.
Then yes, exactly. That is how it is. Because now so demanded society day. How do we get that?
Yeah.
We need for land good things. And as I say, that's the only way we can protect Bondo as a culture. If not, if people think the cotton is the Bondo, there will come a time when we will have no Bondo. Because the children, they understand now, then they see, and now that's what they do. When they don't know, say, you agree, a lot of the responses,
the reactions.
This way me don't see, me picking no they go there.
Yeah.
And this is it. As you say, the so way themselves where they do the act, when they see them, they're not able to watch her. So you begin to imagine, now this person they do it. If you're not able to watch, what's going to happen?
So you don't think so for they put these videos in the public?
Oh yes.
Like
Neneh could don't cancel with the begin campus dialogue. This is what we are going to do. When I just look if this is culture.
Yeah.
You know, people need to see. They need for say beyond waiting and they think. And once you say beyond waiting, they think you they understand them. We all go they speak the same language. We also not want like waiting what they do. We not want that people use them like a form of provocation. Now I could not let them video because if they just take and so and go, oh beyond that so then they do then it becomes provocative. And also you make the women then go begin to see like they mock we.
Yeah.
And that is not what we want.
Especially if somebody come across somebody we don't go through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're not able to explain, you just go play. So that is why now only during trainings we they do that. And we they ask everybody say no video. Because you therefore make sure say the person go don't understand before you show up.
True.
You see where they don't understand how everybody react. And that is what we are looking at. So even when we go to do with campus dialogue, we go make sure say you don't understand first. And then we bring them.
Okay, so like if somebody don't go through the cutting side of the society, but really go through the Bondo. For example, I will say me. How I was able to go through the Bondo.
So what thing we they do, as I say, we can do the bloodless rites.
Yeah.
We as an organization don't do it 3 times. And we get another one for do because we they work with communities the way they don't ripe now for do them.
Okay.
And then you also get an organization about we don't do them.
Okay.
From where we do them.
Okay.
And you get another one but we don't do them.
It's spreading.
You get so it's spreading.
Yeah.
And that is what is important. That was how Bondo with cotton spread. Somebody begin up.
Yeah.
9 and total and they begin pass. So we have started this here in Putloko. And people see, oh, this is going to work. This is actually going to address the issue we have. Let's also replicate it. And then this organization take it. But as I say, you need for land for no. So you not change them. Like what would they go so? What would they go do? What would don't begin get from Kenema women? Now this would they do. We ask, now this would they do. We bring in 2, 3 others so it's common land. When you go back now, you district, this is what you are going to teach. We need for have a way. And then we continue. Let's do it. When they do waiting, then do now, you know more when a member go
the parents, can you talk to them?
Yeah.
The parents.
And so we they tell if every Kamara, like I can always say, Kamara then let them picking them so much. But now out of ignorance make them to promote violence against them picking them. But normally, when Kamara sit on somebody can with blade and cut him picking, he see blood. Now case you don't get.
True.
And they carry on a police.
True.
So now that kind thing they come right and they look, then they go call so with them pay them. And then they feel the pain because now you make the mommy, they know they tin up, they then a corner, then they cry. They no one see how they picking them they struggle. You find out say it's ignorance. Yeah. You know, it like him picking. And they cry because she's also not sure if my child will survive this. They cry. When they ask, they're not doing it, they're not doing it. And even the somewhere where they sit on there, it hurts the end. This one don't go.
Yeah, for the outcome.
You know they come out, you don't know the outcome. Yeah. And so therefore, now ignorance somebody cause them. And now this I want for let people understand. When people understand that this now violence, this we can stop them, we can do them, then let the bondo. Because we not get no side for meat for dance and socialize. Now that one day, that day. So it's our traditional environment. We are in, we can sit and discuss anything and everything without being ashamed, you know. And also, now the only time where they get freedom as women, sometimes women then they restrict to it. But once then say, Bondo, you are allowed to go. Yeah. So we want to get that kind of interaction. That is why we are saying we not for do away with Bondo. Because that is what brings us together as women. It's our identity. But we cannot continue with the scar. We cannot continue with the scar.